Well, I was pleased to do it. I mean, when we finally found something that we all were excited about, we being Stephen and George and I, got to be real exciting, actually, when we got thinking about the cast. A very wise idea to bring Sean.
Harrison Ford is one of Hollywood's most fascinating movie stars. He's famous for being private and not giving out praise easily, which makes his opinions about other actors very interesting. Ford became a huge star playing Han Solo in Indiana Jones, but before that, he worked as a carpenter. His rise to fame wasn't just about luck. It shows how much he understands what makes a great actor. Throughout his 50-year career in movies, Ford has been very careful about which actors he praises. He doesn't give out compliments just to be nice like many Hollywood stars do. When Ford says he admires another actor, it really means something special. The actors he respects most aren't always the biggest names or the ones who make the most money. Instead, Ford likes actors who are real and honest in their performances. Ford values actors who prepare well for their roles instead of just making things up as they go. He prefers performers who show genuine emotions rather than just putting on a big show. These choices tell us a lot about how Ford thinks about acting. To him, acting is both a technical skill that requires practice and a way to show human truth on screen. What makes Ford's opinions especially valuable is that he's known for being brutally honest about the movie business and the people in it. He never says nice things just to be polite or diplomatic. When Ford genuinely respects another actor, it's like getting a stamp of approval from someone who really knows what he's talking about. The actors Ford admires most represent different parts of the craft he considers most important. Some are great at transforming into completely different characters, while others excel at showing emotional vulnerability. Some are technically perfect, while others have natural, instinctive talent. Tommy Lee Jones, the master of preparation. Tommy Lee Jones holds a very special place among the actors Harrison Ford respects most. Jones represents the kind of no-nonsense professionalism and genuine masculinity that Ford values much more than flashy, over-the-top performances. Their mutual respect started early in Ford's career when he saw Jones's work in movies like Coal Miner's Daughter and The Executioner's Song. These performances showed the kind of lived-in, authentic character work that Ford tries to achieve in his own acting. What Ford particularly admires about Jones is his ability to show complex emotions without making big, obvious expressions. This approach connects deeply with Ford's own understated way of creating dramatic intensity. Ford has consistently praised Jones's preparation methods and his commitment to finding character truth, rather than just trying to please audiences with crowd-pleasing choices. Their collaboration on The Fugitive became a perfect example of professional respect between two serious actors. Ford later described Jones as the most prepared actor I've ever worked with. The movie's director, Andrew Davis, revealed that Ford would carefully study Jones's ability to understand character motivation through physical behavior rather than just through dialogue. This approach heavily influenced Ford's own philosophy about performance. Jones's legendary intensity and his refusal to compromise character authenticity for commercial reasons earned Ford's ultimate respect. Jones proved that serious dramatic work could exist alongside blockbuster entertainment without losing its power. Producer Arnold Copelson noted that Harrison would watch Tommy's preparation rituals with genuine fascination, particularly his ability to stay completely in character even between takes. This commitment to emotional consistency became essential to Ford's own approach to maintaining character integrity throughout long movie production schedule. Ford's assessment of Jones captures what he values most about the actor's contribution to his understanding of performance. He once said that Tommy taught him that real strength isn't about acting tough. It's about being truthful, no matter how uncomfortable that truth might be. Gene Hackman, the gold standard of character acting. Gene Hackman represents everything Harrison Ford admired about American character acting. Hackman had the remarkable ability to completely disappear into his roles while maintaining an essential working-class authenticity that made every performance feel genuine rather than constructed or artificial. Ford has frequently cited Hackman as the gold standard for actors who can seamlessly move between different types of movies without ever appearing to be just performing. Their shared Midwestern sensibilities and practical approach to the craft created an immediate professional connection that influenced Ford's entire career path. Ford's fascination with Hackman began with The French Connection, where Hackman's obsessive character preparation and physical transformation work provided a template for Ford's own approach to iconic roles like Indiana Jones. Director William Friedkin revealed that Ford would reference Hackman's research methods, particularly his ability to find character truth through watching and studying real people's behavior rather than relying on theatrical techniques. This commitment to authentic character development became fundamental to Ford's own preparation philosophy for his roles. Hackman's versatility across very different movies like The Conversation, Superman, and Unforgiven demonstrated the kind of fearless genre hopping that Ford aspires to in his own career choices. These movies showed completely different sides of Hackman, yet he never lost what made him essentially human and relatable. Producer Francis Ford Coppola noted that Harrison would study Gene's ability to be completely different in each role while never losing his essential humanity. This balance between transformation and authenticity became central to Ford's own acting approach and his selection of diverse projects throughout his career. Ford's assessment of Hackman reveals his deepest artistic values and what he considers most important in great acting. He once said that Gene showed him that great acting isn't about trying to be interesting. It's about being completely interested in finding the character's authentic truth. Robert Duvall, the master of character psychology. Robert Duvall's influence on Harrison Ford extends far beyond their occasional collaborations together. Duvall represents the kind of meticulous character preparation and emotional authenticity that Ford considers essential to creating lasting impact in movies. Their relationship began during Ford's early career when he witnessed Duvall's transformative work in The Godfather series and Apocalypse Now. These performances provided a template for complete character immersion that would influence Ford throughout his career. Ford has consistently praised Duvall's ability to find genuine human behavior within extreme dramatic circumstances without ever appearing to be acting. This skill, making difficult, intense characters seem completely real and natural, became something Ford would strive for in his own performances. Duvall's legendary research methods and commitment to understanding character psychology from the inside out demonstrated the kind of total preparation that Ford would later bring to his own iconic roles. Director Francis Ford Coppola revealed that Ford would study Duvall's approach to character development, particularly his ability to find emotional truth through extensive background work rather than surface-level interpretation. This meant Duvall would spend time understanding not just what his characters said and did, but why they thought and felt the way they did. This commitment to deep character understanding became fundamental to Ford's own preparation methodology. Their professional relationship deepened when both actors began choosing projects that challenge audience expectations rather than just confirming what people already thought about them as performers. Ford has described Duvall as fearlessly uncommercial in the best possible way, someone who never allows box office considerations to compromise character authenticity. This shared philosophy about putting artistic integrity above commercial appeal created mutual respect that went beyond typical industry relationships and influenced Ford's own career choices. Ford's final assessment captures Duvall's essential contribution to his understanding of what preparation really means. He said that Bobby taught him that preparation isn't about memorizing your lines. It's about knowing your character so completely that the lines become inevitable and natural. Jack Nicholson, balancing star power and authenticity. Nicholson occupies a unique position in Harrison Ford's artistic admiration because he represents the perfect fusion of movie star charisma and character authenticity that Ford has spent his entire career trying to balance. Their relationship extends beyond just professional respect to genuine friendship, built on shared experiences of trying to maintain personal integrity while playing iconic characters that sometimes threaten to overshadow the actual actors playing them. Ford has repeatedly credited Nicholson with teaching him how to be a movie star without losing his essential humanity. This is a crucial skill in Hollywood, where the pressure to become a larger-than-life personality can sometimes make actors lose touch with what made them good performers in the first place. Nicholson's approach to character work, finding genuine human truth within larger-than-life personalities, provided Ford with a crucial template for playing Han Solo and Indiana Jones without disappearing completely into the costumes and special effects. Director George Lucas revealed that Ford would reference Nicholson's ability to maintain personal authenticity while inhabiting mythic roles, particularly his work in movies like Chinatown and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. In these films, Nicholson managed to be both completely believable as a real person and larger than life as a movie character. This balance between character transformation and personal truth became essential to Ford's own approach to franchise filmmaking. Their professional relationship deepened when both actors began choosing projects based on the quality of directors rather than just commercial guarantees. Ford has described Nicholson as the master of making unconventional choices feel completely natural, someone who never allows audience expectations to limit character exploration. This shared philosophy about taking creative risks within commercial frameworks created a bond that influenced Ford's own project selection throughout his career. Ford's assessment reveals his deep artistic understanding of what Nicholson brought to his development as a performer. He said that Jack showed him that being a movie star means being so authentically yourself that audiences forget you're acting and just believe in the character completely. Gary Oldman, The Art of Complete Transformation. Gary Oldman's position among Harrison Ford's most admired actors reflects Ford's deep respect for performers who completely disappear into their roles while maintaining absolute commitment to character truth. Their relationship began when Ford witnessed Oldman's transformative work in movies like Sid and Nancy and Prick Up Your Ears, performances that redefined what character acting could achieve in terms of physical and psychological transformation. Ford has consistently praised Oldman's ability to find authentic human behavior within extreme character circumstances. What makes this particularly impressive is that Oldman often plays characters who are very different from himself, yet he makes them completely believable and real. Oldman's legendary preparation methods and willingness to undergo complete physical and vocal transformation for roles provided Ford with a new understanding of what total character commitment could accomplish. Director Mike Leigh revealed that Ford would study Oldman's research techniques, particularly his ableist. He defined character truth through immersive behavioral study rather than external imitation. This means Oldman doesn't just copy how someone looks or sounds, he actually understands how they think and feel, which shows up naturally in his performance. This approach to character development influenced Ford's own preparation for more challenging dramatic roles later in his career. Their mutual respect deepened when both actors began selecting projects that prioritize character complexity over commercial considerations. Ford has described Oldman as fearlessly committed to character truth regardless of personal comfort, someone who never allows vanity or concerns about his star image to compromise authentic performance. This shared philosophy about artistic risk-taking created professional admiration that went beyond typical Hollywood relationships and influenced Ford's own willingness to take on more challenging material as he got older. During their work together on Air Force One, Ford had the opportunity to observe Oldman's methods up close. He later said that working with Gary was a pleasure both 20 years ago and more recently, emphasizing his admiration for both Oldman's work and the way he works. Ford's final assessment captures what he finds most appealing about Oldman's approach to acting. He said that Gary taught him that great acting isn't about being yourself. It's about disappearing so completely that only the character remains, and making that disappearance look effortless. Sean Connery, the ultimate screen presence. Sean Connery stands at the pinnacle of Harrison Ford's favorite actors, representing the perfect embodiment of natural screen presence and effortless authority that Ford has spent his entire career trying to emulate. Their relationship began during their collaboration on Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where Connery's portrayal of Professor Henry Jones Sr. provided Ford with a masterclass in commanding screen presence without theatrical effort. Ford has consistently cited Connery as his greatest influence and the actor who taught him that true movie stardom comes from authentic confidence rather than performed charisma. This distinction is crucial in understanding what Ford values most in screen acting. Many actors try to appear confident or commanding, but Connery simply was confident and commanding, which made his performances feel natural and believable. Connery's legendary screen presence and ability to convey authority through minimal effort provided Ford with a template for his own approach to leading man responsibilities. This was particularly valuable because Ford often found himself in roles that required him to be heroic and commanding, but he wanted to do it in a way that felt real rather than theatrical. Director Steven Spielberg revealed that Ford would study Connery's technique for commanding scenes through presence rather than action, particularly his ability to make exposition, the parts where characters explain important plot information, feel like natural conversation rather than obvious movie dialogue. This understanding of screen authority became fundamental to Ford's own development as a leading man and his approach to carrying major productions. When you're the star of a big movie, you have a responsibility to hold the audience's attention and make them believe in the story, and Connery showed Ford how to do this without seeming to try too hard. Their professional relationship deepened into genuine friendship when both actors discovered shared values about authenticity over artifice and substance over style. Ford has described Connery as the master of making difficulty look easy, someone who never allows the technical mechanics of filmmaking to interfere with character truth. This shared philosophy about maintaining authenticity within commercial entertainment created a bond that extended far beyond their single collaboration together and influenced Ford's entire approach to stardom. Ford was particularly impressed by some of the physical similarities in style and attitude between himself and Connery, which he felt worked well for their father-son relationship in the Indiana Jones movie. He was excited to work with Connery just as another actor, recognizing the opportunity to learn from someone he considered a master of the craft. Ford's final assessment reveals the depth of his artistic debt to Connery and what he learned from working with him. He said that Sean taught him that real authority doesn't come from trying to be impressive. It comes from being so comfortable with yourself that everyone else feels comfortable believing in you. The common thread. Authenticity above all, looking at Harrison Ford's favorite actors together, reveals a clear pattern in what he values most about great performance. Each of these 6 actors, Tommy Lee Jones, Gene Hackman, Robert Duvall, Jack Nicholson, Gary Oldman, and Sean Connery, represents different aspects of the effortless authority and genuine craft that Ford considers essential to lasting screen presence. What connects all these performers is their commitment to authenticity over flashy theatrical displays. They don't act to impress audiences with their technique. They act to tell the truth about their characters and the stories they're part of. This approach requires tremendous skill and preparation, but when done well, it looks natural and effortless. Ford's admiration for these actors also reflects his own journey from carpenter to movie star. He understands that great acting isn't about natural talent alone. It's about dedication, preparation, and a willingness to serve the story rather than your own ego. Each of these actors has shown him different ways to achieve this goal, whether through Jones's intense preparation, Hackman's versatility, Duvall's psychological depth, Nicholson's balance of star power and humanity, Oldman's transformative abilities, or Connery's natural authority. These influences have shaped Ford into the performer he became, someone who could carry massive blockbuster franchises while never losing sight of the human truth at the center of his characters. His respect for these 6 actors reveals his sophisticated understanding of what separates mere screen presence from genuine acting excellence, and why some performances last while others are quickly forgotten.